And then almost reinvent yourself because like
Strong.
this may not be there. I mean, I took the cues. I saw a lot of guys who did go, who I thought were really good. Like every year, the seniors or juniors who go into the NFL that you think are really good on your team, and they got a better shot than you do right now. And then you see them, they coming back. And they already got a free agent deal. They got drafted and they get cut. Like every time you see it, you got to make that 53-man roster. You're like, how did such and such do? How did such and such do? And then you see they got cut, and you're like, man, like even if I do make it right here, I could get cut.
Yep.
Or they get hurt. They get like a settlement. You know what I mean? Maybe $50,000 or something. But that ain't gonna last you the rest of your life. So, and then as you went older, I got older, I saw that more and more and more, and it's like that education became more of a piece that I was like, man, I gotta really, really do this on top of me, making sure I'm a great person.
Right.
So that if I ever needed help getting a job or something like that, I had a lot of people at Tennessee that were willing to help me because I got to keep my reputation right. And then they want to help you. If you do good, you'd be surprised how many doors can open up for you if you just be a great person and treat people the right way and be willing to help others. You know what I mean? So, and then they'll help you.
Man, you just gave some nuggets on that. So we got to go back to that. So, when did you realize it was important to actually treat people right, be a great person while you hit the stage? Like when did that register to you? Because I think that's a missed art or a missed thing that athletes don't really take advantage of or don't really get.
It registered to me just being a good person. Just something my mom and dad instilled in me a long, long time ago, and that was something that I always prided myself on doing when I was in high school. Just treating people with respect, treating them right. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. And then, it always worked out that way. Like, if you needed, like, extra time to do the homework or something and you was nice to the teachers and you're like, okay, you can do this. Or, let's say I had to miss class to go out of town for, like, a game or something like that. Then they're like, okay, we'll give you this extra time to do this. But it's always about treating people well. And then if they have the leeway to, like, give you a little grace at that point, then they will. So you always got to look out for that. And then just helping people, that can help you, help people that can't help you, just because you never know who's looking at you,
And you never know when you're going to need their help.
You never know, man.
You might never need their help, but then again, you may.
You may need it. That's
and right. I definitely think a lot of athletes might miss that part when they're in the midst of whether they're playing in college or even pro, because they're at where they're at, and so many people put them on that pedestal, and they think they've arrived. And at the end of the day, you never know. You might arrive at one destination, but you're not sure how long you're gonna be there.
Exactly.
And that's a long way on the way down if you treat people wrong.
That's a long way. Nobody gonna care about you. They're gonna kick you on the way down.
Absolutely right.
I knew he wasn't gonna be nothing. So,
that's absolutely right.
You can't live your life like that. That's the life lesson. There's certain things in sports. There's certain things. It's the game of life, and you gotta learn how to play both of them when you're out there. So, I try to look at the game of life, and that's where I'm at now. Like, you got the game of sports, the game of life. The game of life will really get you.
Ooh.
Long run.
So, speaking of the game of life, when you think about being done playing the game of sports, what lessons do you feel you took from sports that you was able to apply to the game of life?
Oh man, definitely. Being on time was one of those things that was definitely important, especially when you're talking about going to work, going to meetings. We always was taught by Coach Fulton to be 5 minutes early. He was on time, so that was one of the things I took to heart. Also, just hard work and dedication always pays off. So if you work hard at something and you got a goal in mind, because they always made us set goals and things, what we want to do, and you got to know where you're going from the jump to know how to get there. So if you know where you're going, you can always set your path. So that was always something that I took with that. And then time management skills. I feel like that was something that was even more important because as an athlete, you ain't got so much time you can get your homework done. So it puts a little more pressure on you, but you can get it done. You can find more time in the day than you think you have. When you got to be up early in the morning and do meetings and go work out, and you got to eat, and then got class. So you find time for a lot of those things.
Yeah, you definitely learn how to become efficient with your time.
Oh yeah, you got to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what lessons do you feel out of those lessons you just named? How do you apply those? In matter of fact, speaking of the world you in now, what exactly do you do, and how do you apply some of those lessons that you learn from sports in the world you do now?
I'm a pharmacist now, and I apply that in work each and every day, just because there's a lot of things that you got to do. You got to be patient with people. You got to treat them with respect. A lot of times people are coming to us because they're ill. They're coming to us because something's wrong. So then, something goes wrong on the end with me, then it's like they're already sick, they already got a problem, and then add on another problem to it. It may not be my fault, but they feel like I can make it better. So out there, I got to understand what they're going through and then kind of help them out there. But as far as like management, always the people, like as being a leader, you have to lead by example. And then if you tell them to do something, you got to be willing to do it and show them how to do it, and then give them good directions on how to do it. Because if you don't give someone good directions, then how you can't expect them to like read your mind. So that's what I always apply to like my technicians and just other colleagues and things that I deal with on a daily basis. It's just treating people with respect and giving them the really good directions they can follow, and also giving them good feedback, because you gotta give people praise at times, and then sometimes you gotta like be upfront with them and tell them things that they need to do. So I try to do that every day.
That's strong, man. A lot of that is definitely some stuff that you learn as playing and from your coach and just from teammates. Those are some good lessons that transition over.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you this: if you was, as we get ready to wrap this thing up, if you had a book that you could have read, or a curriculum that you could, or a course that you could have took during your time before you left college, that would have taught you this, or this, what lesson would you want to have to be in that book that you could have learned before you transition out, that would have gave you a head start or a jump in life versus you having to learn it on your own?
I would probably say have that. I mean, you always say have a goal in mind, but I think you have to have a backwards looking perspective. Like set your goal, but then do all the research earlier. And I feel like for a lot of the guys, what I would tell them is find out what kind of lifestyle you want to live when you get out, and think about where you might want to live. And then at that point, you can figure out what kind of house you want, what kind of car you may think you want. And then you got to figure out how much money it's going to take to get that. And then when you get there, then you got to find a job that can make that much money. And then while you a freshman, you can grow your path to get there and figure out where you got to go. So when you think about it backwards, you got to think about what you really want to do. You got to get down, not just I want to be successful. You got to really, get specific about what you want to be successful at and what are your goals. Because everybody says you want to do what's things that you love. Well, what you got to do that you love got to pay the bills. So that's how I always looked at it since I've been out. There's a lot of different avenues you can take when you're younger, that if you only knew about them at that point in time, then you would have took it like, oh man, I wish I would have known I could have did this. Then I'd have made this much money or this much money. Or this. I mean, it all comes down to me. A lot of people don't like to say it, but it comes down to how much money you want to make. A lot of times, like we go to college to get a job, to make money, so you can live a good life for yourself. So I would definitely tell a lot of guys to like look at it that way, and then they would be able to have a good goal of what they really want to do.
That's incredible. So, and honestly, man, that's why I'm grateful for this Sports Life Business, the Ultimate Transition platform, because what we're going to do is give these guys these nuggets, not just guys, females as well, but athletes, nuggets that they can take and apply, so they can't say, I wish I would have known, or I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah.
Because once you see this, now you know. If you don't do something about it, that's your fault.
Man, I tell you, the grown folk world will hit you in the face, man. Once you start paying your own bills, I mean, they coming every month, so you gotta pay them, man. So
can't run from them.
You can't run from them. They gonna get you, man.
Absolutely right. So I was gonna ask you to leave them with some wisdom or negative. That was one thing you can teach them, but you just said something. Honestly, that was good as gold. That was good as gold. So unless that was another thought or another nugget that you would like to give any future athlete to come, whether they transitioning from the professional world or from the collegiate level, or maybe finishing up high school and not going to even make it on, if there was something that you would leave them or some knowledge or advice you can give them, what would you say to them?
I mean, I would say always work hard, always treat people the right way, and just remember that there's a game of football and there's a game of life, and you got to play them both. They don't think that the sports world gonna take you forever, because I mean most people only gonna play at most till they're 40. So a lot of people live in their 70. Now that's 30 more years you gotta live. So you gotta get your life in order and get that correct.
Y'all just heard it. My guy Jarod Parrish, he just dropped some bombs on you, and I just want to say I hope you took notes. If you didn't, go back, take notes, watch this over and over and over again, to take those nuggets away from sports that you can apply in life and in business. Once again, this is Derek Furlow Jr. Go follow the page, the YouTube channel, all social media platforms. And we look forward to seeing y'all next time as we bring y'all more nuggets on how to transition